Hi, it's Mr. Roix. I'm going to take you through this problem that deals with the law of multiple proportions. So, just a quick reminder, the law of multiple proportions states that two elements or different elements can come together in small whole number ratios. And in class, we looked at a couple examples of that. We looked at the fact that hydrogen and oxygen can come together in a 2-to-1 ratio to form water, or hydrogen and oxygen can come together in a 2-to-2 ratio to form hydrogen peroxide. And then another example is carbon dioxide. Carbon and oxygen can come together to form carbon dioxide in a 1-to-2 ratio, or we can also have carbon and oxygen come together in a 1-to-1 ratio to form carbon monoxide. All right, well, the problem we're going to be looking at here, is dealing with nitrogen and oxygen. And so they give us three samples. They give us sample A, sample B, and then sample C. And they give us the percent of nitrogen in each. And since we know that it's made up of nitrogen and oxygen, we can quickly determine the fact that if something is 63, say for example, number A, or letter A, is 63.65% nitrogen, we can just change that to grams, and we can say that is 63.65 grams of nitrogen. Okay, that means that the remaining mass is going to be oxygen, and that would come out to be 36.35 grams of oxygen. So that's in A. In B, we have 46.68 grams of nitrogen, because we're changing percents to grams. And in that means the remaining is oxygen, and the remaining would be 53.32 grams of oxygen. And then lastly, in C, 30.45 grams of nitrogen, with the remaining being oxygen. That would come out to be 69.55 grams of oxygen. So now what we can do is we can solve in terms of oxygen. So we divide each of these, and when we divide the nitrogen by the oxygen, we get the ratio of 1.751, 0.8755, and 0.4378. Now, if we divide all of these by this smallest ratio, which is the ratio here in C, we get a whole number answer. So if we divide each of these by 0.4378, we divide this by 0.4378, and we divide this by 0.4378, we get a ratio of 4 here, 2 here, and 1 here. So because we get whole numbers, that basically tells us that this does illustrate the law of multiple proportions. And that's how you solve a problem like this. We'll see you in class.